Wednesday, March 10th, 1943. Dear Kitty, we had a short circuit last evening, and on top of that, the guns kept banging away all the time. I still haven't gotten over my fear of everything connected with the shooting and planes, and I creep into Daddy's bed nearly every night for comfort. I know it's very childish, but you don't know what it's like. The AA guns roar so loudly that you can hear yourself speak. Mrs. Van Dam, the fatalist, was nearly crying and said in a very timid little voice, "Oh, it is so unpleasant. Oh, they are shooting so hard." By which she really means, "I'm so frightened." I didn't seem nearly so bad by can. It didn't seem nearly so bad by candlelight as in the dark. I was shivering just as if I had a temperature, and begged Daddy to light the candle again. He was relentless. The light remained off. Suddenly there was a burst of machine gun fire, and that is 10 times worse than guns. Mommy jumped out of bed, and in Pim's annoyance lit the candle. When he complained, her answer was firm. After all, Anne's not exactly a veteran soldier, and that was the end of it. Have I already told you about Mrs. Van Daan and the other fears? I don't think so. If I am to keep you informed of all that happens in the secret annex, you must know about this too. One night, Mrs. Van Daan thought she heard burglars in the attic. She heard loud footsteps and was so frightened that she woke her husband. Just at that moment, the burglars disappeared, and the only sounds that Mr. Van Daan could hear were the heartbeats of the frightened fatalist herself. "Oh, Pooty," Mrs. Van Dam nicknamed. "They are sure to have taken the sausage and all our peas and beans. And Peter, I wonder if he is still safely in bed. They certainly wouldn't have stolen Peter. Listen, don't worry, and let me go to sleep." But nothing came of that. Mrs. Van Dam was far too nervous to sleep another wink. A few nights after the whole Van Dam family was woken by ghostly sounds. Peter went up to the attic with a torch and scampered. What do you think it was running away? A swarm of enormous rats? When we knew who the thieves were, we let Moshki sleep in the attic, and the uninvited guests didn't come back again, at least not during the night. Peter went up to the loft a couple of evenings ago to fetch some old newspapers. He had to hold the trapdoor firmly to get up down the steps. He put his hand down without looking and went tumbling down the ladder from a sudden shock and pain. Without knowing it, he had put his hand on a large rat. It had bitten him hard. By the time he reached us, as white as a sheet and with his knees knocking, the blood had soaked through his pajamas, and no wonder. It's not very pleasant to stroke a large rat, and to get bitten in the bargain is very dreadful. There were rats in the walls when I was growing up because my father put me and my twin brother in a closet in the garage, and we could hear the rats running around the walls. So I know that. So thanks for listening. Click the thumbs up and hit the subscribe button.